This week, we are counting down to the 2020 Chao Racing Tournament Champions as Chao Racing 2020 brings you Week 16's exciting action. This is Paul Sycamore speaking with your fabulous host, Brandon Jennings. Brandon. Alright, Paul, thank you very much. Hello to your fans home and welcome to the countdown to the 2020 Chao Racing Tournament Champions as we present Week 16 here on Chao Racing 2020. We're going to begin our show in just a little bit, but first let's hear a word from our sponsor. Chao Racing 2020 is brought to you tonight by Wawa Food Markets. Gotta have a Wawa. So, my first question is, who do we have for the first match of tonight? Our first race of the night will feature Jason Hill, Owen Warriors, TJ Edwards, and Kevin Forrester. And it will be held on the Emerald course like we always do each and every week. Good luck to the first 4 players on the quest for victory. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And Kevin Forrester is going west. That will give Jason Hill, Owen Warriors, and TJ Edwards the opening edge. We'll soon find out which one of them will pay off or not any only one, as these three shall make their way towards the palm trees. And then they're going to shake down the palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes TJ Edwards and Jason Hill. These two shall be battling for the lead up in the front. And number 1, not too far behind in third place, already getting the edge on the Forrester Chow. And it looks like TJ Edwards and Jason Hill are both heading for the water. That's number 1, who are joining these two Chow momentarily, wins the first speed bus of Week 16's action. And right now, number 7 and 8 are going west for an up the Silver Chow. So these two Silver Chow have a lot of work to do to catch up with the crowd in a hurry. As number 2 will take Speedless number 2 at this opening race, and right now it is TJ Edwards who has control of the lead over Jason Hill. TJ's full name is Terry Joe, but we like to call him TJ for short. And who will get the next command Speedless? It's number 7. He really needed some Speedless because he was stranded in 7th place. We have passed the 1 minute mark in this place. At poor number 8 is singing the last place boost behind number 7 in the back. As the next PS was made by Kevin Forrester. And number 1 taunts for a moment. TJ Edwards clearly has the lead, but not too long because Jason Hill is trying his best to catch up with TJ Edwards in a hurry. TJ Edwards is going to make his way towards the stone wall. And here comes Kevin Forrester with back-to-back speeders. Poor Owen Warriors, meanwhile, is getting stranded with number 8 behind the pack. Number 7 is also left behind the competition. Which one is going to get a chance for the next command speeders? It's Owen Warriors on the Warriors bus. And look at this. Kevin Forrester now has control of the lead because TJ Edwards was going west. But they still have time to catch up with Kevin in a hurry. We'll soon know who's going to win this one. Next PS belongs to number 1. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Still dominating on the Forrester Chow. And it looks like TJ Edwards has got back the lead from Kevin Forrester. As number 2 will get his second speed bus. And this time TJ is going to hold on for an easy victory. And there you have it, folks. TJ Edwards beats out Kevin Forrester to become the first winner of Week 16's action. As number 7, we'll get another turn. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Poor number 8 has no hope of surviving whatsoever, as this race is coming to a close. And there you have it. So TJ Edwards is the first winner of Week 16's action. That's right. What's going to happen in race number 2? Find out the answer after this short break. And by the way, here's how the playoff rankings stand for this current moment. Zach Orson is the new number 1 seed at the current moment. But anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe, so let's see what happens for race number 2, Paul. And for race number 2, we have JJ Nehemiah, Adrian Regetta, Zach Allison, and Garrett Dayton. Yes! On current number 1 seed for the 2021 playoffs is going to be in this next race. Zach did very well, winning his tag team race in last week's Week 15 action. Let's see if he can make it do it again. He has 13 wins up on a sweep as of right now. Let's see if he can make it number 14. Please start the race! So Zach Allison currently sits with 13 wins up on his sweep after 16 races. Tonight he's going for win number 14, trying to keep the number 1 seed for one more week in the playoff rankings. And the 4 Chao are going to shake the palm trees and they're going to eat the foot. And Zach Allison is dancing to the beat. That will give Adrian Regetta command of the lead, with Garrett Dayton not too far behind, battling with number 1 for second place. And here he comes with the first speed buzz of this race, trying to catch up with Adrian Regetta for the lead. And guess who's getting left behind in the competition? It's numbers 2 and 8. They are both getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. And number 8 will get a chance to stay alive. He takes speed buzz number 2 in this race. Zach Allison is trying to stick with the bridges. He has a long way to go to catch up to the crowd in a hurry. Trying to get win number 14, but he really needs to have for the crowd in a hurry. And number 2 will get the next command PS as he exits the water path. And right now, it looks like, yep, JJ Nehemiah is quarterback. So Adrian Regetta will have a little bit of breathing room for the Cowboy. Garrett Dayton trying to privilege to catch up with the others in a little bit. As the next BS win made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. We have passed the 1 minute mark, and so far it is Adrian Regetta who has a commanding lead over Zach Allison, who is battling with number 1 for second place. Adrian Regetta trying to keep a big lead ahead of the competition. He is making his way towards the sapphire portion of the yellow course. And here comes JJ Nehemiah with the next beamers. Down goes him and Zach Allison. And right now, down goes Garrett Dayton. He took a tumble from all that government style dancing he did for a while. He's getting up behind the competition. And oh boy, Zach Allison is seeking revenge. He takes the next command beamers as he catches up to our leader, Adrian Regetta. JJ Nehemiah also not too far behind from the crowd. And Adrian Regetta is reaching the top of the wall. And he is quarterback. So, as number 8 will have his first speed bus on the base, Zach Allison will now have command of the lead for the second time in this race. Now, Zach Allison will have the privilege to defend the lead over JJ Nehemiah and Adrian Regetta. As number 1 will take the next command because Zach Allison now having the right to go for win number 14. And it looks like Adrian Regetta did not have enough flying power to make the pass from Zach Allison. Zach Allison expected to hold on over Adrian Regetta as he makes his way towards the finish line. As the Gunstyle Master Garrett Dayton takes the next speed buzz, you can tell he went up for Zach Allison. The bridge gamble paid off for one of the bridges and he made the comeback over Adrian Regetta as JJ Nehemiah will get another turn and make his second speed buzz to the base. And I do believe that's going to do it. Yeah, a couple of Chao getting left behind at the home stretch. And that's going to do it. So, Zach Allison paid off the gamble big time. And thus he gets win number 14, Paul. Coming up, we got more signing action for you. But first, have a look at this. Okay, Paul. Tell us who do we have next. The next race will feature Jeff Norris, Michael Creighton, Alvin Heenan Sr., the license to drive himself, and the fan favorite newcomer, Sonny Brantley. What's going to happen for this next race of Week 16's action? We're about to find out right now. Let's have a Chao race! There goes the next week 4 competitors with Michael Creighton all to a good start ahead of the competition. The 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees, and it looks like numbers 1 and 7 will go the best. So these 2 Silver Chao will be left behind on the competition for a while. And number 2 was starting from 1, as the 4 Chao are going to eat the fruit, And there goes Jeff Norris. He is going to have coming out of the lead with the license to drive, Albion Sr. not too far behind from him in second place. And it looks like Jeff Norris is going to be heading for the water. And so is Albion Sr. as the first superstar to get speed bus is number 1, who's trying to lead over the Ford Switch on the back. Albion Sr. doing his best to swim across the water path. And I do believe Jeff Norris was going to rest up. And now Albion Jr. is sleeping. So Jeff Norris will leave Albion Sr. in the dust as the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is in fact Jeff Norris. But I think he's only going to be in second place because, there goes number 8. He made it to a shortcut with his flying ability. So now number 8 will have come in and lead over the 4 Silver Chao and the 8 competitors for this race. Great domination by number 8 over the 4 Silver Chao and the rest of the pack. As number 7, well, the next command speeders. And right now, Albion Sr. really needs some help from his fans back home watching from the webcams and their TV sets if he wants to catch up with Jeff Norris. We have passed the 1 minute mark as Michael Clayton, also doing his best to stay alive in the game, takes the next command speeders. Take a look at number 8. He has a commanding lead over the competition right now. And Joey dominating over the 4 Silver Chao by the way it looks like. Yep. He's climbing up the stone wall with a big lead still. And who will get the next command speed bus? It's number 1. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, Jeff Norris is doing his best to defend second place over the license to drive Albion Sr. And he made it to the top of the wall. And it will be Sonny Bradley, the fan favorite newcomer, who will get the next command speed bus. Poor number 2, meanwhile, is stranded in last place. He is all alone in the way back. And he's going to be busy climbing up the stone wall, ladies and gentlemen. So who will get the next command speed bus? It's back to Sonny Bradley. That's back-to-back speed bus for Sonny Bradley. And Jeff Norris has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen, over Albion Sr. As number 8 crosses the finish line first place, now he went up for Jeff Norris right behind him with an easy second place over Albion Sr. And number 7 will get number 10. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And take a look at poor number 2. He went a little bit on course as number 1, who leads number 2 in the dust, will close out the speed bus for the race, making his first speed bus for the race. So with a second place performance behind number 8, Jeff Norris gets his third win of his 2020 season. Congratulations, Jeff Norris, you've done very well. Lots more fun after this announcement, stay tuned. Alright, Paul, race number 4, who do we have now? Race number 4 will feature Vicky Nelson, the Bobby Maynard Bobby K, Thomas Linklater, and Jose Gano from our friends down south in Mexico. So we have the contender who currently sits as the number 2 seed for the 2021 playoffs this season, and that's Thomas Linklater himself. He sits at the number 5 position according to the grid. Will we get a job done this week? We're about to find out right now. Let's rock this place! Alright, so Thomas Linklater going for win number 13 of his 2020 season so far, while the other 3 Chao are trying desperately to get wins on the board for the season. Right now, the 4 Chao have reached the palm trees, and now they are going to bring down the coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and Thomas Linklater seems to be dancing to the beat for a while. That means that Bobby Maynard, Bobby K, and Ricky Nelson will be battling for the lead up in the front. And where we are heading towards next, it looks like these 2 Chao are going to be waterbound. As number 1 will start speed bus, and look at that. Look at all the speed bus he got out of that one. Great speed bus right there. And right now, number 2 is singing the last place blues all the way in the back of the pack. He doesn't want to be left behind in the competition in a hurry. Well, who will have the right to get speed bus number 2? It's Thomas Linklater. He wants to get lucky number 13 on his winning board this week. He is catching up right now to our leader, Bobby K. And all 4 of our superstars are closing in on each other by the way it looks like. Yep. Who will get the next command speed bus as the 4 Chao make their way towards the sapphire portion on the upper course? It's number 8, that's who. And right now, as we pass the 1 minute mark, It is number 2 who is still stranded in last place all the way in the back and back in the bottom of the hill. As number 7, who is just pausing for a moment, takes the next command PS, trying to catch up with number 8. And right now, Bobby King has control of the lead, but his 3 opponents are right on his tail, trying to catch up in a hurry. As number 2 finally gets some help with the next command PS, but he needs a lot more help than that to stay in the game. Right now, the 4 and Chao are going to reach the stone wall, and they're going to climb up the stone wall with all their power and strength. Who's going to prevail victorious? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 1. That makes his second speed buzz to the base. And poor number 2 is still singing the last place blues. He's going to need a couple more speed buzzes, and I mean good ones, if he wants to catch up with the guy in a hurry. And this is one of them, making his second speed buzz to the base. And back up in front, Thomas Linklater defending the lead over the Bobby Mater, Bobby K, and Biggie Nelson, who are battling for second place just right behind him. And as he Chao heading towards the home stretch, trying to stay alive for the win, it's going to be number 8 who will get his second speed buzz to the base. But I think he is one of us. Yep, or possibly more than one or 2. Anyway, Thomas Linklater trying to wrap things up over the Bobby Mater, Bobby K, and he's going to win this one right over there. Thomas Linklater wins this one over the Bobby Mater, Bobby K. As number 7 will get the last speed buzz, as he can say bye-bye to the other Chao. So Thomas Linklater wins lucky number 13 on his winning board. That's right, 13 may not be a lucky number, but it sure is for Thomas Linklater tonight. We'll see what he will do next time. Back in a bit. Do not go away. Alright, welcome back from our commercial break. Who do we have next, Paul? Race number 5 will feature Nolan Helms, Corey Sarchester, Benny Moen, and Casey Richardson of the Police Jury. And here's a look how the lineup forms for this next race. As our countdown to the tournament champions continues. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! And Corey Sarchester is for us. So let's watch Nolan, Benny, and KC. These 3 Chao have control of the opening edge, and it looks like a couple silly Chao are also going to sweep by the way it looks in. So they'll be joining Corey Sarchester in the back for a while. Right now, our 3 competitors up at the front are going to shake the palm trees, and they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Benny Moen. He is going to have Kamehameha up at the front, and not too far behind in second place, it's Noah Helms trying to stay alive in the game. As number 7 wins the opening toss, but he was busy eating the fruit, and he decided to dance to the beat. So he'll have to drop down to last place for a while. And take a look at Benny Moen trying to defend a huge lead ahead of the competition. As speed buzz number 2 in this race, we made by number 1. Trying to stay alive for where the bridges. Number 7 is stranded in the water. His speed buzz was wasted because he was busy dancing to the beat, but I do believe he'll get some more help every now and then. Yep, he gets his second speed buzz on his face, and I do believe that's going to be enough to take the lead over the force of a Chao for the moment. Meanwhile, Benny Moen is starting to get some company. Nolan Helms is right on his tail as we approach the 1-minute mark of this exciting race, as the next speed buzz will be made by number 1, making his second speed buzz of the race as he battles with the fourth switch out. And take a look at this. Yep, Casey Richardson was pausing for one. Wow, number 7 and number 1 are alternating speed buzz for right now. Will the pattern continue for the current one? We'll soon know. Yep, number 7 will get a number 2. That makes his first speed buzz of the race. Meanwhile, Benny Moen and Nolan Helms are going to reach the stone wall, and they're going to climb up the stone wall with all their strength and power. Corey Sarchester also not too far behind, but we'll see who will come on top later on in the whole stretch. Next speed belongs to number 1. See, I knew the pattern would continue with alternate speed buzz. That makes his best speed buzz to the base, trying to stay alive over the fourth switch on the back. Take a look at the fourth switch as we await the next command speed buzz. And who will get the next command speed buzz? It's going to be Corey Sarchester, who took a vest at the start of the race. Oh well, Benny Moen is going to celebrate an easy victory. He has a huge lead over Nolan Helms and Corey Sarchester as he makes his way to his finish line. And even with back-to-back speed buzz, Corey's on just going to want him in second place. Yep. Benny Moen gets the job done. He gets a number 5 victory for his season this year. As the last speed bus on this race will be made by number 7, making a total of 4 speed bus for number 7. Corey Sanchez came in second, and Nolan Helms comes in third. So, Benny Moen now has 5 wins up on his sleeve with an impressive victory for his fans. Yep, we're going to hop to into race number 6 in just a little bit, but first here's a word from this sponsor. And now we'll be halfway done through the men's mission right after we present race number 6. And it will feature the Mexican Ricardo Cayman, Kai Hugelson, Samuel Davisberg, and Dallas the Master Gavano. Ricardo Cayman trying his best to reach the 2021 playoffs at the end of the season. Only a few more weeks to go to achieve this accomplishment. Let's see how well those superstars will fare. Let's rock this place! And there goes Ricardo Cayman. He is going to lead over the 8 competitors for this race. What an incredible speed he has throughout much of this half of the race, of the season that is. Right now he is going to eat the food, and there he goes. He's going to be on his way. Let's watch the other 3 chow now. It looks like, yep, that was the Master Gavano. Seems like he's going to rest, yep. And Samuel Davisberg decided to dance to the beat. That means Kai Hugelson will have command of second place as he battles with number 8 for second place. And it looks like Samuel Davisberg will win the first speed bus on this race. He got over that one. That was an excellent speed bus to start the race. And yep, one is third child scoring a sweep, and another third child scoring a sweep. Number 1 to be exact. And number 7 is going to be heading for the water. And look at that. Corey Sanchez managed to fly to the top of the hill. As number 8, who has speed bus number 2 in this race, Corey Sanchez has the lead in the come on. Ricardo Cayman is in shock. He gave away the lead to Samuel Davisberg with that shortcut. So now Ricardo Cayman has some work to do to catch up with Samuel Davisberg with his incredible speed. Will he? We'll find out soon enough as the next BS win made by number 7, who leads over the 4 Silver Chow ahead of number 8. And right now, numbers 1 and 2 are battling for dear life. We have passed the 1 minute mark in this base. Who will get the next command speed bus? It's Dallas the Master Gavano, who currently sits in 4th place. Samuel Davisberg has a commanding lead after we paid off his shortcut strategy at the hill. Still having a big lead over Ricardo Cayman, trying to prevent Ricardo Cayman from making a comeback with his incredible speed. And it looks like number 2 will have the next command speed bus. He and number 1 are way behind on the other competitors. Well, at least number 2 is leading number 1 in the dust with that speed bus. Poor number 1 is now getting left behind from number 2. I believe number 1 should get the speed bus if he wants to get back in this one, but it's number 7 who will get another turn. That makes it second speed bus of the race, and right now someone's going to rest, and it will be a miracle for Ricardo Cayman to have enough swimming power to catch up with our current leader Samuel Davisberg getting the home stretch. I don't think he's going to pull off the comeback. Nope. Number 7 will get back to back speed bus, and Samuel is making his way towards the finish line. Ricardo Cayman will not have enough distance to catch up to him in time. Samuel Davisberg is our winner. He jumps to 6 wins, and number 8 will get his second speed bus as he wakes up from his nest. Oh well, Ricardo Cayman still did pretty well. There's always next time for Ricardo Cayman. Well, everyone is a winner, to say the least, as number 8 is about to close this one out with back-to-back speed bus, making it 2 in a row by 2 in a row. Samuel's flying prevails over Ricardo's speed. That's right. We're coming back, and there's more stuff coming out right after these messages. Welcome back from our halftime break. It's been a beautiful sunny day here in the Chao Racing Stadium. Now let's hear Paul for race number 7. Take it away. Alright, the next race for race number 7 will feature Timothy P. Jackson, Gray Bakersfield, the next generation superstar Antonio Pettit, and the 2018 World Champion Donald Lennox, who is also a 2019 Tag Team Champion. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, so Gray Bakersfield is off and running. He is going to lead over the next 8 competitors for this race. and he's going to check the palm trees, and he is going to eat the fruit. And there he goes. He is gone, ladies and gentlemen, for now. The other 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit, and there they come. Here they come, making their way towards the bridges. They're moving to the amethyst portion of the Emerald course, trying to catch up with Great Bakersfield's incredible speed. And it looks like these 3 Chao are going to be heading for the water, as the first superstar to get speed best is number 7, who's trying to catch up with the other Silver Chao and Harry. And guess who's already singing the last place blues all the way in the back of the pack? It's number 1, Atsu, but he's better to take the water. As number 7, who just woke up from his rest, opens one up with back-to-back speed bus, and take a look at Great Bakersfield as he tries to defend the lead over the 4 competitors. As Timothy B. Jackson will have the next command speeders. Yep, poor number 8 is getting straight in last place all the way in the back. And so is number 2. We have passed the 1 minute mark as of right now. As the next speeders we made by number 7. That's 3 of the last 4 speeders that number 7 got it. Meanwhile, Great Bakersfield has a commanding lead, and now he is starting to climb up the stone wall, using all of his power and strength to prevent anyone from making the pass. Great race so far by Great Bakersfield, and it looks like number 1 will get the next command speeders as he tries desperately to catch up with the other 3 competitors. And right now, it looks like Donald Manning's going to lead 2nd place over Antonio Bennett and Timothy P. Jackson, who are fighting for 3rd place. Will they ever have enough hope to catch up to Great Bakersfield on home stretch? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 2, and he is going to lead numbers 1 and 8 in the dust. And right now, Great Bakersfield still having a big lead over Donald Manning's. I do believe he is going to hold off Donald Manning's when he usually midway. Yeah, Donald Manning's decided to get plenty of room to take Great Bakersfield. So, as Antonio Bennett takes the next beamers, Great Bakersfield is going to move 1 win closer towards coming back next season. And there you have it, Great Bakersfield is our winner. Timothy B. Jackson will get another turn, making his 2nd speeders. He'll come in 3rd behind Donald Manning's. And number 8 is Gordon West. He and number 1 can just forget about this race. So Great Bakersfield speed paid off. That's right, Paul. There's no denying for a win with Great Bakersfield's incredible speed, to say the least. Back for more exciting action after this. Do not go away. Okay, Paul. Now let's simple up race number 8. Sure thing, Brennan. It's between the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby, the 2018 Rising Stars champion Bryson Dorrance, Rusty Williamson from the Tag Team Champion Police Joey, and Kenny Days, one member of the Days Brothers. And there's a look in the lineup, and who is going to move 1 step closer towards coming back next season. We're about to find out right now. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And Bryson Dorrance and Kenny Days are both going to rest. That means Eric Crosby and Rusty Williamson will have the opening edge. We'll soon find out which one of them will pay off or not. Right now, Eric Crosby and Rusty Williamson are at the palm trees, and these two are going to shake down the palm trees, bringing on coconut shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Rusty Williamson is dancing to the beat, and so is Eric Crosby. That means number 2 will have command of the lead. Number 1 is Gordon West for the current win. And right now, Kenny Days will have the privilege to catch up a little bit. And who will have the first speed bus of this race? Sorry if I messed up my dialogue a little bit. But anyway, who is going to get the first speed bus of this race? It's number 8 who gets it. And right now, Eric Crosby is heading towards the water. And look who took a shortcut. It's the Crime Buster Policeman, Rusty Williamson. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by none other than number 1. And I do believe he is going to dominate over the 4-7 Chao. Yep, by looks at that was a very good speed bus right there by number 1. And right now, Kenny Days is trying to defend 2nd place over Eric Crosby, and he decided to pass for 1. So Eric Crosby will have a little bit of catching up to do. As the next BS we made by Bryson Dorrance. And we have passed the 1 minute mark in this race. Take a look at that dominating effort by Rusty Williamson as he begins to climb up the stone wall. Oh, minor technical difficulty that time. Anyway, there we go. I thought the camera lost its signal for a moment. Anyway, Kenny Days is in second place behind Rusty Williamson as number 1. Well, the next command speed bus. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind along with number 8. These two switch are going to be busy climbing out the wall along with number 7. So, who will get the next command speed bus? It is going to be the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby, who wakes up at snap. Bryson Dorn scored the rest, and the crime Muscle Police Musty Williamson is heading towards the finish line. No one is going to catch up to the policeman in time. As Eric Crosby gets back to XPS, not a lot of it that time. Musty Williamson gets the job done. He wins this one over Eric Crosby and Kenny Days. Looks like Kenny Days is going to come in second place. And sorry for the technical difficulty on the graphics earlier in the show. Anyway, number 7 will get the next BS. He got all the way on that one, and he will lead numbers 2 and 8 in the dust. Numbers 2 and 8 have no hope for surviving whatsoever. Sorry, I know the graphics didn't come up right, but hey, Rusty Williamson got a win for once. That's right, Paul. No worries about Rusty Williamson. He's doing it nice and easy, folks. Back in the pit, do not go away. Alright, welcome back to our show. Now, still to come for this week's show, our world champion Luke Green has some business to take care of in the main event before he heads out to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil to compete in the annual Tournament of Champions. I'm pretty sure he'll do well indeed. But right now, let's see what Paul has to say about this next race. And for race number 9, we have Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, Ben Henderson, the great Louis Johnston, and Steven Robinson. So here's on the lineup for us for this next race. Who is going to have the lucky dip for race number 9 in week 16? There's only one way to find out. Best luck to the next 4 competitors on a quest for victory, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, and number 1 is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd. Looks like the Louis Johnson is off to a good start. And now the 4 Chao at the palm trees. And from there they're going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And Louis Johnston is going to lead the way over the 4 competitors in a hurry. Louis Johnston doing his best to stay alive in the season rankings. And it looks like he is going to be flying. And yes, indeed, he is going to pay off his shortcut strategy. What a deal. As number 2 wakes up from a snap with the first speed bus of the race, but he is stranded in last place behind the pack. Well, Louis Johnston has paid off his shortcut strategy, trying to desperately to get wins so that he might be able to come back next season. He's doing pretty well tonight, that's for sure. And who will get speed bus number 2? It's Steven Robinson, and he's going to be flying over at the bridges. Now he's going to catch up to Ben Henderson, who goes in second place back in Hill. Ben Henderson and Steven Robinson are battling for second place as they make their way towards the top of the hill. And it looks like Ben Henderson decided to pause for a moment. As number 8, well, the next command, yes, he goes battles for number 2 for the lead over the 4 switch out of the back. And we have passed the 1 minute mark as numbers 1 and 7 are battling for DI behind numbers 2 and 8. Number 1 and number 7 needs a speed bus from the coaches so that way they can catch up with the crowd in a hurry. But back to number 8 as he passes Chris Schneider, who is going to sleep. Now number 8 will have a little bit of catching up to do. And back up in front, Louis Johnston is showing having a great time, even though he only had a couple of wins so far this season. But tonight it's definitely going to be a victory to remember, no doubt about it. Next BS belongs to Steven Robinson. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Numbers 1 and 7 continue the battle for dear life, and number 7 decided to taunt for a win. So now he will have to drop down to last place as the Silver Chuck begin to climb up the stone wall. As Ben Henderson gets a farewell to the other 6 competitors for the next command spears, but this race is all about the great Louis Johnston back in the very front. The great Louis Johnston is the winner of race number 9 for week 16. A sweet Week 16 victory for Louis Johnson is in the doctor's order. And right now, number 8 will get number 7, making his first Speedbus of the race. Looks like Ben Henderson's going to have to settle for second place, but he's still dominating over the yellow competitors in hurry. And it looks like Chris Schneider will get the next command Speedbus, and that is going to do it. Numbers 1 and 7 have no hope for surviving whatsoever. So the Great Goose Johnston is not done yet. That's why he's not letting his pants down yet. He's doing pretty well, alright, that's for sure. Lots more fun after this announcement. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back from our commercial break, and here's Paul to tell us all about this next matchup. Okay, Braden. The next race will feature Jerry Lang, Chip Suve, Danielle Heaton, and Raymond Hill. So here's a look at the lineup as these 4 shall continue to fight for a spot in next season's 2021 roster. Let's see who's going to get that chance tonight. Everyone's on the clock, and please start the race! Here we go. And the next 4 shall are off and running, with the virtual fans and coaches and staff cheering on from the stands. And right now, the 4 shall are heading to the Padres, and it looks like Jerry Lang is going to sleep. That means he'll be left behind in the competition for a while. The other 3 shall are going to eat the fruit, and it looks like Daniel Heaton and Raymond Hill are both dancing to the beat. That will get numbers 2 and 7 come in are battling for the lead, while Chip Sube will have the right to have the best position with third place, and he is going to pass number 2 who's going to sleep, as the first superstar to get speed best is Jerry Lang, who was dancing to the beat, and look at this. Number 8 was going to sleep, so now he will have to drop down to last place all the way in the back of the pack. Now number 8 really needs to catch up every now and then, as Jerry Lang opens this one up with back-to-back speeders, and look at that. Guess who took a shortcut now? It's Raymond Hill, who was the 2019 World Champion during that time, but right now all eyes are on Jerry Lang, as he gets a 3rd consecutive speedbus trying to stay alive in the game. Now he will battle Chip Sube for 3rd place behind number 7, and poor number 2 and number 1 is now dropping to last place. Number 1 drops down to last place. And we have passed the 1 minute mark as the next speedbus will be made by number 2, who's trying to catch up a little bit. Good strategy by Raymond Hill. He is already climbing up the stone wall, and he has no opponents to worry about tonight. Raymond Hill is going to get the job done easily. He is simply on fire tonight. No doubt about it. Back to number 2, and he is going to pass Chip Sube, who is going to rest. That makes 2 in a row by 2 in a row for Jerry Lang and number 2 respectively. All speedbus are consecutive so far, as numbers 1 and 8 continue to battle for D-Life all the way in the back of the pack. And who got the next one? It is Chip Sube. He also really needs help. Raymond Hill is safely in the lead still. He is the first to approach home stretch. He has 5 wins up on his lead. This will make it number 6 for the 2020 season. And number 7 will get the next command FPS. He dominates over the 4 Stuart Chow. And Raymond Hill is going to have a dominating affair as he heads for the goal line. As Daniel here dominates 2nd place for the next command FPS, you can tell he went off for Raymond Hill. He dominates over Danielle Heaton, and he wins this one with win number 6 for the 2020 season. Daniel Heaton will come in 2nd place behind Raymond Hill. And who will get the next command speedbus? It's number 8. Finally, number 8 got next command speedbus, and look at that. He is going to pass number 1, who is going to sleep. But I do believe number 1 should also really need his help too. And he is going to get that chance. Yeah, he gets the last command speedbus. So Raymond Hill adds number 5 victory to his winning collection. Yep, you said it, Paul. Coming up, we got more exciting action for you. But first, have a look at this. Alright fans, we have one more match before we get to this week's exciting main event contest. So Paul, you know what to do from here. Okay, Brandon, I will do my best. The next race for race number 11 will feature Rich Jennings, Eddie Williams from the Williams Brothers, Charles Son Watson, and Will Linkson. So we have 3 black normal type Chao plus a green running type Chao for this next race. Who is going to be the fortunate one today? We're about to find out right now. Please start the race! So it's 3 black normal type Chao against a green running type Chao for race number 11, while Luke Green prepares for the main event before heading into Rio for the annual Tournament of Champions. Rich, Eddie, Charles, and Will are shaking the palm trees, and they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Rich Jennings and Will Linkson are going to be battling for first place. The other 2 challenge, Eddie and Charles, are going to be battling for third place right behind them. And it looks like Will Linkson, Eddie Warriors, and Charles Sung Watson are heading for the water, leaving Rich Jennings stranded over at the bridges. And who got the first speed bus this time around? It's number 1, who leads over the 4-0 Chao for the Cowboy. Right now, it is Eddie Warriors who had command of the lead, following in a close second by Charles Sung Watson. As the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is number 8, who is heading for the water in the Cowboy. And guess who is stranded in last place all the way back in the bridges? Number 2 is singing the last place blues ahead of the competition. As we head back into number 8. That's back-to-back speeders for number 8. Currently battling with number 7 for 6th place. And we have passed the 1 minute mark, folks. Right now it is Eddie Warriors who leads over Charles Sung Watson and Will Linkson, battling for 2nd place behind Eddie. And here comes Rich Jennings for the next command speeders as he joins the other competitors up in the very front. Meanwhile, number 2 is singing the last place blues. He is pausing for a moment, and he's all alone in last place. I do believe he's going to need a couple of speeders to get back in the crowd for sure. But number 1 got the next command speeders. That makes his 2nd speed bus for the race. Meanwhile, look at how close the 4 competitors are as they climb up the stone wall. Then neck to neck as they reach the top of the stone wall, what's going to happen? And it looks like Rich Jennings, Charles Sung Watson, and Will Linkson are going to rest. That will give Eddie Warriors command of the lead, as number 7 takes the next command SPS. So Eddie Warriors will have the privilege to defend the lead for the 2nd time in this race, now having a little bit of breathing room ahead of the other competitors. And who got the next one? It's Rich Jennings, making his 2nd speed bus of the race. Eddie Warriors has defended the lead over the other 3 competitors, and he is going to stay alive towards a shot at reaching the playoffs this year. And it looks like number 8 got the next speed bus, but it was too late. Eddie Warriors gets the job done, and he moves up to 8 wins for the 2020 season. Charles Sung Watson came in 2nd, and it looks like Rich Jennings will come in 3rd place. Battle with Will Linkson stranded in 4th place. And that will be the end of this race. So, Eddie Warriors will lead us to the main event. That's right, Luke Green is going to have some work to do as he prepares for Tournament of Champions. We will present the main event shortly, right after we present a word from this. Alright, Paul, it's time to present Week 16's exciting main event matchup. And this week's returning champion is our world champion himself, Luke Green. And tonight he'll be taking on the AC Gambler title folks, Frank Fernantaro and Orlando Albesta. So, while we wish Luke Green the very best of luck for the upcoming Tournament of Champions in Rio, let's see who will prevail in this week's main event matchup. So, the players are lined up and all ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! And this week's main event is presented by Wawa Food Markets, home of many great coffee products and the annual Hoagie Fest. Remember what you do, you gotta have a Wawa. Alright, the 4 are at the palm trees, and they're gonna bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're gonna eat the fruit. And there goes Tyler Fones, Luke Green, and Orlando Albesta. These 3 will be battling for the lead up in front. And it looks like Tyler Fones is going to be heading for the water as number 8, who was just dancing to the beat, wins the opening toss for Week 16's main event. Getting pumped up for the 2020 Tournament of Champions, which is happening soon. And poor number 7 is getting left behind in last place. As Frank Fanataro, who is exiting the water at the Cameron, will take speed as number 2. Right now it is Tyler Foltz who has the lead, but Luke Green is catching up to him in a hurry. Good content so far, let's hope it keeps it up. And who will get the next command speed buzz? It's number 7. And he got over that one. Good speed buzz right there. And now he's still trying to stay alive in the game. And we are approaching the 1 minute mark in this space. And number 8 is getting stranded in last place behind number 1 for the current moment. As number 7 will get back-to-back speed buzz. He leads numbers 1 and 8 and that's for a while. Meanwhile, back in front, Tyler Falls is battling with Luke Green and Orlando Arbesta for the lead, trying to become the Superstar of the Week for Week 16's main event victory. And now they are approaching the stone wall, climbing up with all their might and power. And here comes Frank Fanataro with the next command speed buzz. That makes his second speed buzz of the maze. And numbers 1 and 8 are fighting for D-Life. Number 8 pauses for a moment, and down goes number 1. Now number 1 deciding to pause for a moment. I don't think they'll get any help for a while. Next PS belongs to our world champion Luke Green, who has the lead over Tyler Foltz. And now Luke Green will have the privilege to defend the lead at the home stretch. I think he's going to get his second Superstar of the Week honors this week. No doubt about it. As number 7 will take his first PS leading over the forces of Chao. Luke Green wins his second consecutive main event over Tyler Foltz, who will come in second place. So Luke Green repeats as the Superstar of the Week, as Orlando Arbesta will get the next command spears, and that's going to do it. So Luke Green already has pure luck heading into this year's Tournament of Champions. Is that correct, Brandon? That's correct, Paul. He gets his second Superstar of the Week, and the women's division will be up next, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.